So Keith was just talking about how this game doesn't have any like sex scenes in it, and it reminded me of a meme that I saw about romance books readers, where there's a term called bangxiety, which is the feeling of when you're 80% of the way through a book and there hasn't been any sex yet, and you start to feel some tension of like, oh God, what if there's no sex scenes in this? What am I even doing with my life? So this visual novel has some bangxiety in it going on.
Bangxiety.
There should be a fucking trigger warning of like, there's no sex in it. Like that. It shouldn't say 18 plus. It should just say
Content warning for the absence of sex.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's fucking go.
It's like how there's the content warnings or the tags that people have on galleries. There, it's like one is porn without plot, and the other one is like just plot or something. Like when there's just like even a chapter in the middle of a story that just is like continuing the story and bridging stuff, but doesn't actually feature any sex scenes.
Oh yeah, like in fan fiction where like the start of every chapter will have author's notes, which is extremely funny, and it'll just be like, hey, I haven't written in 3 weeks, sorry, I've been reading all the comments, thank you, this chapter blah, 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 blah. And then you find out if it's gonna have people porking or not. I don't know, but the author's notes will tell you.
I don't expect this game to have a sex scene, but I could go either way on whether or not it would end up having one.
I don't expect how much time is left for them to put one in, honestly.
I mean, there's probably like a third of the story left. But I guess the question is more or not like, one, would Zander end up with anybody in this game? But also two, there's the distinction between a sex scene and them having sex.
Good point.
Which is different because he might just be, because it feels like the type of story that wouldn't write a sex scene, but might have the characters end up having sex, which is different.
His penis came on my shoulder.
That is one of the funniest things about reading something like Ad Astra for dozens of hours and it being like a reasonably horny and furry thing, but it like, you just went through this like hours and hours long political drama with blood and strife and people screaming and crying and all these bad things happening, and I don't know why, but I guess just by the time you reach the sex scene, I just wasn't fully ready for words like cock and cum to be in the same story. Like by then I guess you just almost expect they're not going to use the same language that you encounter that you've only grown used to encountering in like online like like personal gallery stories, and you never see in like long form fiction. There's always been like a slight distance there. I was like, huh, yeah, he's still stuck with the language that I would expect technically in the context of a furry sex scene, but
I mean, when you read a sex scene that doesn't use like the standard terminology, it's so awful. if somebody's like, oh, his mushroom tip fell into like my folds or something, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The Argonian maid.
Yeah. People write like that, and it's weird.
Needy manhood.
His masculinity down the stairs.
The breasts boobed bobbly. It doesn't take too long.
Looking at his penis, it's golden years behind him. His balls sighed.
Sad penis. Sad penis.
His balls sighed, withered with a life of pain.
Why have you given me sad penis?
Anyway, we're ready to go.
His urethra frowned.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh man. Okay. Anyone feel like drawing just what a sad urethra looks like? Just do it and DM it to me. Because I gotta fucking know. Wow.
Gonna get some really weird DMs like months from now.
I hope so.
And you won't remember why.
That's fine.
It doesn't take us too long to get to the immersion chamber, but it took us a while. And the party's already set up, albeit with significantly less people than at Ryan's party. Damn. Everyone's ready to see Ryan get fired, but no one wants to see Redline and like 5 other people get promoted.
It's incredible. People really fucking hated that guy, I guess.
Yeah. But at least there's no line for the food. Or drinks. Redline grabs a beer out of a cooler and immediately cracks it. Maybe, he pauses and looks at me, finishing off a swig before speaking. What's up, you want one? Not really my favorite, but it's the best they got, I think. Whatever, it's not my business how much he drinks. But it is my business if he gets drunk and starts a problem. No, I'm good. I just, I don't want to yell at him and ruin his good time. Maybe I can put a fun spin on it?
Sure, that's better than yelling at him. Go for it, Zander.
Yes, Queen. Maybe don't get white girl wasted this time. we're gonna miss your era. I don't know how people talk. Fucking.
I am dying to see what he comes up with.
My hand ruffles his head and I smile.
Good.
Just be careful, okay?
Hey, that's okay.
That's a fun spin on it. You're a tier 2 now. I don't want you getting drunk and having another fight. Concussions aren't good for yeens. They take yeens off your life. Plus, I don't need to work out carrying you to the medbay again.
Probably don't mention that one. Close enough.
This was in fact not a fun spin on it.
It started off okay.
Did we carry him specifically last time? I think we did.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe that wasn't as fun a spin as I thought. Sorry about that. Shit. Yeah, he feels bad. Gotta divert. No, it's...
He's hitting him with a horny bat. The horniest conversation. Bonk.
Bruce steps in from behind, dropping a fist playfully between Red's ears. His other hand reaches down and swiping the drink from Redline's paws.
And yoink.
Yep.
I like Bruce.
No, he's just better at this all
good
the
job,
time than us. Like,
that was good.
We've had so long to work on ourselves. And
better late than never.
No, we have not made progress.
Nah.
we just haven't really. Sorry.
You know, earlier today I was watching the weigh-in scene again, and like,
yeah,
that was really fucking funny when like Bruce chest bumps him and he falls flat on his ass, and like, I wanted to see that come back because that would be really fucking fun. That would be a funny thing to bring up right here. If like, Zander just reminded Redline of something embarrassing that happened to him that was very public. Bruce reminds Redline or Zander of this. That would be a really funny juxtaposition, but I don't know if that's going to come up. Mine now.
Hey, that's mine.
Not tonight, it's not. They're going to have announcements, and you're going to have to pay attention. Wow, that's fucking... That's great party vibes as an administrivia at the end.
Well, he was smarter than me. So that's a good start.
True. Plus, this tastes like shit. We can get you better stuff some other time.
No, it's fine. Hey, stop! The two started play wrestling after Bruce yanks Redline's tail. Luckily, they managed to move away from the rest of the party goers, but it's still a bit of a commotion.
Yeah, you don't want to have a fun-looking commotion at a party. And what's with the tail, Stripes?
Hey, just call me that.
Stripes are weird, man. You're giving the other guys an advantage with a handle like this.
Hey, it's genetic. Up he goes, lifted off the ground by his tail. He actually lets out a little yell. Not a danger yell, so I know he's having fun, but still.
Bruce chucks him into the middle of the ring, snapping his tail shoulder blade.
Not his tail shoulder blade?
Yeah, everything's coming full circle. You know? Anyway.
Just launches him into the horizon. You hear the team rocket. Ding.
Just spins him like fucking Bowser in Super Mario 64.
So long, gay Redline.
What you gonna do if someone lifts you up like this, huh?
Redline's lunging for Bruce, but the bigger man managed to swing him to the other side. He's dangling like a pendulum, grasping and struggling to get a hold of Bruce's arm. At least the rest of the men here don't seem to care, chatting amongst themselves as the music pounds. Something deep down tells me I should step in and help out, like I did with Cole a few weeks back, but... Bruce beaming as Redline barks through his laughter. That sounds like it's missing something. I should be stressed, but this feels good. This feels right. I don't need to protect Redline. Not from Bruce. And even if I don't trust Bruce all the way, it's not my place to tell Redline who to trust.
Yep.
He'll be okay. And Bruce is okay. He'll keep Redline safe if I can't.
What do you think is about to happen here, dude?
That's been the struggle, is he keeps constantly saying that he doesn't trust Bruce. Like, he's been doing that for like hours and hours now, but in contexts that are strange.
Yeah.
Like, he's clearly friends with Redline, and they're clearly fine together, and in this case, Bruce is obviously being more emotionally intelligent in that he's like, here's how I get a beer out of Redline's hand without actually making it about like scolding him or even engaging with the topic directly. I wipe a tear pulling at the edge of my eye as Redline calls my name.
He's crying? Okay, good. All right.
Huh. Zan! Should we be doing this here? I gesture all the tables and chairs and people trying to mingle, and both of them stop too.
Right, let's go somewhere else.
Away from Zander. Slung over Bruce's back, Redline calmly waits as Bruce carries him to the shoreline. I follow. Once we reach our destination, Bruce tosses Redline up into the air, catching him as he falls and drops to the ground with him. Ah! The two wrestle for a few seconds, with Redline's many attempts at calling for help silenced by another painful hold. Sand kicks up around the two, spraying me in the face. Zan? They end up in some kind of pro wrestling hold. Red's
How would
torso
that happen?
is because they're wrestlers.
Oh.
Red's torso is exposed while his arms and legs are getting pulled together to meet behind his back, forcing his whole body to contort painfully. Tag out! Tag out! Tag out. Red wiggles his hand, currently being controlled by Bruce. I cast a swift glance at the dino, who seems to be enjoying himself. Our eyes meet, and his wild grin quickly calms to a smile. He's content. Okay. He nods as if to give permission before going to back to make Redline howl. There's a lot of people around. Well, not a lot, but enough that someone's going to see him being friendly with us. Friendly with Red's probably a lot less of an issue than being friendly with me. But Redline lets out a yelp, and I shake back to my senses. Bruce has been so generous as to wait for me to tag in, so I stumble forward and slap my hand against Red's. Oh, now he's just going to snap you in half. He goes free and flops into the sand while Bruce's massive arm reaches up to yank me down into a similar position.
You know what I was saying earlier about juxtaposition of like that incident? This is good. This is the same idea. I like this. Yeah. But it's like the different like wrestling experiences. I like where this is going. You ready?
Without much warning or much resistance, I'm manhandled to a kneeling position. Bruce manages to keep my legs in place and drapes his massive arm over my face. Like some kind of modified dragon sleeper? I can't see a thing under his arm like this.
Now! And now? Something. Some intonation made sense.
And now!
Okay, that's the one, thank you.
My body jolts, a dangerous twinge of pain firing up through my spine. I can feel his knee keeping me in place, bent over it as his arm flexes. It's crazy how fast it comes on. Even now, when I'm trying to resist the hold, it's useless. Fuck. Fuck. I'm supposed to be flexible, but it only takes so much before I start to feel like my spine's gonna snap. Bruce is jeering out as some onlookers laugh, with Redline despairing loudly at my demise. I tap discreetly on Bruce's arm or leg or whatever part of him I can reach, and the pressure looms immediately, but the hold doesn't move. And I can't move either, with Bruce applying just enough resistance to keep me in place. I guess he's showing off for the crowd, or whatever amount of people are looking on. And Redline comes in with the save! Woof! I'm lifted ever so slightly up, shifting enough for Bruce to clothesline Red with his free arm. The sound of Red's impact against the sand was proof enough of what happened. That actually sounded a little painful, though I guess the sleeper hold wasn't too fun for me either. Bruce's weight shifts, and it sounds like Red's been hoisted up over his shoulder. This is like pro wrestling, right? Maybe I should try selling it a little more. I struggle a bit. And just like with my real resistance, the fake attempt doesn't move Bruce one bit. He does stand up though, which is incredibly awkward for me. I plant my legs and lean back, but it still cranks my spine unnaturally. Better this than let Bruce actually choke me.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't like, if I had the choice between getting choked or my spine cranked back, I don't even know what the second one means.
This immediately stopped sounding like a fun game for anybody involved. You're just like,
no, this sounds
no.
kind of scary as hell right now.
Yeah.
I'm expecting Zander to have like a panic attack. Kind of surprised he didn't have one. But anyway. Hey, all you new tier 2 fighters. Come on down for your mandatory beatings.
God damn it. He starts wonking, parading me and Redline around on the sand. I can feel my face get hot, and I'm sure Redline is enjoying every second of this.
This is non-negotiable. It's part of your contracts. It probably fucking is, honestly.
Redline lets out a giggle, and Bruce laughs too.
Hey, quit wagging your tail. Hup.
The beast tosses Redline to the ground, with me immediately crashing down into him. We both lay there while I try to pretend I'm more hurt than I am. Do you have to pretend?
Because he's trying to play up like pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, yeah, he got pretty... I mean, it's a gentle spine crankage. It's not...
Yeah.
It's not a... It's not one that hurts.
I love having the word crank applied to parts of my body that...
aren't a penis. Anyway. Line starts here, pipsqueaks. Let's see if you earned your promotion. Bruce is good at this.
Eventually,
More
Redline
like
decides
Bruce
to get up
Zander.
off the ground. Yeah. Having a personality. Well, I do. Well, fell apart. Let's start over. Eventually,
Like a
Redline and I
proposal.
decided to get up off the ground. Well, I do. While Redline got in line behind the other newly promoted fighters for a second attempt at Bruce. I think he got off the ground too to do that. Which went about as well as anyone would have expected, but at least he's having a good time. He's not drinking, which is also good. The night goes on pretty quick once Bruce got their attention. I got some good food, the vibes are nice, and the occasional breeze makes the temperatures just perfect. Once everyone's had
It's funny as hell that one of the first times Zander has ever had a good time is when Redline and Bruce aren't interacting with him.
Yeah.
It's just like, other people aren't here. The vibes are nice.
They seem happy.
Incredible.
I'm adrift and unattached to the entire setting and cast.
It's fucking incredible.
Once everyone's had their fill of challenging the champ, only Redline remains, who keeps diving back in for more. They have a bit of an audience that comes and goes, so at least that's entertainment that doesn't require me to make conversation with these people. Oh my goodness.
Fucking incredible. Do you think these people means everybody or just those two?
I mean, one thing can mean the other.
Yeah.
But I think he just means he doesn't want to talk to anybody because he's just like...
Okay.
He's just so relentlessly... He's so relentlessly a drag. All the time.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want to talk to anyone.
But the vibes are nice.
After a bit longer, Redline finally calls it quits. And 3 tap outs later, Bruce is finally done with the little guy. He slings Red over his shoulder and waltzes over. The two are drenched in sweat.
The tap outs thing is still a little weird to me, but whatever. Even in this context, it's a little uncool. Like, never mind, I'm not gonna get too bogged down in it. Yo! You want this?
Please don't drop him on me.
Boo. You're no fun.
Drops him on you.
I'm gonna go grab some food. You want anything? No thanks. Oh, fucking course.
Yeah, I'm sad actually, thanks though.
Stripes?
Redline lets out a wheeze, and Bruce chuckles, patting his ass.
Let's go get you some water.
Bruce carries him off, and as they walk away, I catch the grin on Redline's face. It's not often I get to see him so thoroughly exhausted. And judging by the amount Bruce was sweating, he seems pretty tuckered out too. And I'm only proven right when I see down across from me one of the little tables down by the beach. Well, more like collapses down. I'm surprised chairs can hold that much weight and force.
Yeah, this fucking mutt, dude.
Red also takes his place at the table, seated next to me with a plate full of food. Bruce's massive paw reaches over to ruffle Redline's hair, which he seems to immediately regret, shaking his hand to flick off his newly acquired hyena sweat. So, you had fun?
I don't know. Did we?
I don't know, can you? Just like that fucking tongue.
Bruce is giggling. I don't know how to do that.
Teehee. One look from Bruce is all it takes for Redline to let a little wine slip out of his throat. He's still leaning back in a chair, nearly limp.
Yeah, we did. I don't think we've wrestled like that since... Damn. I can't remember.
Not since the old man yelled at you.
Oh, yeah? How long ago was that?
I don't know. Said he was scared you're gonna get hurt.
That's so.
Yep. He said that I was way too strong for you.
I like your imagination, Red.
He reaches over to ruffle Red's hair again, then smears the sweat from his hair onto the hyena's face.
I've claimed you with your sweat.
This Rafiki with the fruit just across his forehead.
Exactly. Does fur always collect this much sweat?
Yeah. Yes.
That sucks.
Yep. But it makes it soft. And it collects so much sweat.
And you have to get it trimmed like every week. I could never.
Who's getting their fur trimmed every week? Yeah, it's only like once every month or two. And most of us shed, so...
Oh, God, that's right. I forgot about the shedding.
How could you? It's everywhere. Everyone here is
Oh my-
shedding all the time.
Oh, I never even thought of that. I bet
Yeah.
this whole fucking bunker is just like
Thinking about
fucking
the fuzz
covered in fur.
tumbleweeds throughout this whole place that somebody has to like vacuum up left and right.
Yeah, that would be a funny world building thing, was if there were janitors everywhere all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Or like robot vacuums. Just nonsense amounts of fur. Yeah. Anyway, I've read. Last guy I tried dating let fur fucking everywhere. You guys should be required to carry some kind of lint roller or something.
Pew, 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 Bruce is gay. Confirmed gay. Just casually dropped that he's gay.
Yeah.
I think we should be offended. Don't dinosaurs shed their skin?
Yeah, worst fucking month of the year. It's itchy and there's chunks of dead skin all over the place. It's hard enough to brush it all out of my bed. Then I got, God, can we move on from this gross ass
Nope.
conversation?
Nope, Wilkins are committing
Jesus.
to furry biology. Let's get
God.
time to get increasingly upset.
It's hard enough to brush it all out of my bed. Then I got a vacuum.
I thought birds molted year round.
Do I look like a fucking bird? Yes.
Where then leans over to whisper loudly. He's dodging the question.
There's nothing to dodge. I'm not a bird.
But I thought... He waves his claws flippantly.
Yeah, I know. Evolution, whatever. It's closer to like what snakes do.
So you... Bruce clamps a hand over Red's muzzle and continues. Yes, I unhinge my jaw to swallow my prey.
You're next. Not a snake either. I don't have feathers to molt, so it all just kind of peels off. I'll trade 1 month of hell over you furballs shedding all day, every day. I can feel licking my hand, Red. It's not working.
What a weird sentence to end up on. The hyena's ears fold down, but I can hear a giggle stifled under Bruce's grasp.
Oh, so he's got his hand on his mouth and he's like licking his palm. Ah, that sounds so. I don't want anyone to ever lick my palm.
Noted.
I just spent like an hour trading sweat with you, which I didn't know furs could collect. A little mutt slobber is nothing. But I bet those antlers are a bitch and a half to deal with.
Bruce releases Red's muzzle and shoves him away playfully. I shrug. Honestly, I haven't grown them out since I was maybe 10, and even then Mom had me trimmed every few months. Dad hated me getting them cut so short, but I kind of needed it for fighting.
That's a funny little reversal. Like, get your hair cut, but no, because he's like a... I would assume it's like a sign of like masculinity or something like that, to get like a big rack of horns. But then, if
That's like that's the dimorphism.
Okay, well anyway, I'm getting a little bogged down in this. Because now I'm wondering, like, oh, if it's toxic masculinity, he would want to grow them out, but I guess he can't do that because he values boxing more.
Yeah, it's like a paradox there, where it's like, like deer probably overall value having big horns if it's an extension of the reason they have the horns in the first place, which is like, a lot of it is like males competing for mates, basically, with their giant racks.
Right, that's interesting.
Which is the thing that Beastars taps into, because Louis' head's Louis' horns shed, and he like makes Haru swear to never tell anyone that that she saw him like that, and then he wears prosthetics. Which is funnily enough, a plot point that gets emphasized even like more than expected in the anime. Like in season 3 ended up bringing up his horns as being prosthetics even more than the manga ever did. And
it's a neat thing. It's kind of deer facts. What a baby! Did your old man ever get his trimmed?
Once he lost his job, no. We shed them every winter, so it's bound to happen eventually.
Probably every winter.
You lose your antlers automatically. Yeah, it's not really a big deal. Kind of like losing a tooth.
Yeah, except my teeth aren't giant fucking horns that grow out of my head.
But you do have horns growing out of your head.
You think I shed these? That's just the shape of my head.
Sucks you guys can't wear hats. Pretty much everything comes with ear holes these days.
You're telling me, one year they tried to give out free company beanies, and I got pissed. The old man made me wear it at some company party, so I had to cut holes in the damn thing myself. They never gave another beanie since.
He makes you do a lot of stuff, huh?
Of course, he's my boss. Doesn't mean I won't bitch about it.
Bruce lowers his voice.
And also doesn't mean I gotta enjoy it.
Do you not enjoy it?
Sure. What, steamrolling her ass?
Well, I know you don't like that, but before all that? Bruce leans back in his chair and goes quiet for a bit too long. Maybe I shouldn't have asked.
It's complicated.
Both Red and I look at each other, then back to Bruce.
See, it's like...
Just then, Bruce sits up, that aggressive scowl slapped across his face in an instant. Oh, here he is. Hi.
Oh.
That guy again.
Well, if it ain't the fruit salad, they trying to queer you up too, Bruce? Nah, they were just asking about you. I was telling them all about your little adventures in the showers. What, putting bitches in their place? Been a while since we had to use the rookie showers. I was thinking more about how often you keep pantsing dudes. That and how loud you moaned whenever I whip your ass with a towel.
The men accompanying Cole snicker before the dog snaps a sharp look back at them.
You started the towel fights, but you could never take them. Oh, the only thing your ass couldn't handle. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but we need a fourth for volleyball. You done fagging around down here?
Bruce's expression freezes over, dead hatred filling his cold stare. The two glare at each other for a beat too long, then Bruce speaks up.
Oh my god. Oh, this is the best story that I can never repeat to anyone.
I can literally never say ever.
Fucking awesome. Sure.
God damn it. His grip on the chair's armrest loosens, and I can see the indents his claws made as he walks away. For a second, his arms dart to mine. They aren't as scary as they used to be.
Atta boy, Brucey. Try not to pop the bowl this time. Try not to bitch when I kick your ass for missing the spike.
We sit and eat for a few minutes, watching the volleyball game. Bruce and Cole are on opposite teams after squabbling for a while. The other two guys don't get much of a chance to play. Bruce sets the ball and slams it, only for Cole to dive out of the way of the oncoming cannonball. More loud arguing that Red and I can't really make out, but it seems they don't like how hard Bruce hits the ball. You gonna join them? Seems like your thing. Red sighs and shakes his head. Nah. Is it Cole? He nods, nibbling away at his food. I'm sorry. It's fine. It was a bad time. But I don't have to see him that much.
Zander is amazing at finding the most uncomfortable things to, like, poke Redline with tonight. Ah, jeez.
At least he has Bruce to keep him company. I don't think Bruce likes him that much either. I kind of got that vibe too. It's like they just flock together. At least Bruce doesn't make fun of me. Well, I mean, not for sucking dick or anything. Once I hit my growth spurt, I'm over. It's over for those clowns. Any day now, Red. The night slowed down after that. Bruce wandered off with his friends, and eventually I had to get to bed. Said my goodbyes to Redline and wandered back to our room. My room. Fucking get over it, oh my god. It's quiet. Now that Red's gone, I guess I'll just get to bed. It's kind of stuffy in here. Without Redline's fan, there's no way to circulate air.
I miss that fan.
It was his only fan. Oh well, just toss my clothes off and try to cool down. Close my eyes.
Download complete.
Download complete. Installing malware. I took a nap today, so I'm not as tired as I should be, but I'm still really fucking tired. It's just like living back above ground, all alone in my apartment. Peace and quiet. He doesn't like the quiet. I should get a fan. Combination of being hot and it being dead silent in there is like it's all getting to lunchtime. Yeah. It was a pretty uneventful morning. Not enough sleep, but a bit of running helped me start the day.
This cut to lunchtime. Whatever's about to happen here, man. Just start it. I don't even know it was an eventful morning because you did the cut, man.
It usually helps to get out of a slump, but even after my morning cardio, I'm still pretty wiped. Ayo, ayo.
Oh, he talks like
ayo.
He talks like Bruce now, kinda. That's funny. Sorry, I talked over your line. But
I feel like it's weird.
It is a little weird.
I hear a lot of people. I hear a lot of Zoomers say ayo.
Yeah,
but I feel like you can't replace yo with ayo. It's like I would get yo pipsqueak, but what is ayo pipsqueak? That's a weird sentence to read out.
It's weird.
What? I turned around to find Redline wandering to me with a tray of food.
He bullies him now.
What's up, short stack? What do you think? Now that I'm the big leagues, I gotta act tough cute. Like Bruce.
Yay!
I think you should focus on hitting 7 feet tall first. You think they'll allow stilts? That sounds like a foreign object, so I think it'll be tough convincing anyone to let you in the ring. We spent a bit of time brainstorming methods of making Redline taller before Theodore starts calling people to attention. He's really in the story a lot all of a sudden, which is an indicator that the commissioner's interfering a lot lately. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. It's that time of the month. It's Odd Flow's back in town. It's a reference to vaginas, which nobody has down here.
I was gonna say which don't exist.
Because of the target demo. That stranger's how is anyone a stranger?
It's incredible. It's fucking incredible.
It's like only Zander could be down here for like 4 or 5, 6 months and have people that he refers to as strangers at this point in a bunker where you can't see anyone else.
It's
where
so
everybody
good. It's
knows
so
your name. That stranger's comment garnered some laughs, but it's not the first time we've heard it, so it's less funny this time around. Damn, joke critic Zander. He's heard the joke before, but he's never learned the guy's name. We're announcing the upcoming fights taking place over the next 3 weeks. The crowd is garnering a bit of a commotion. Redline also seems confused. That's weird. I didn't think we'd hear about this for another week or so. Schedules changes often happen.
Dude. Yes.
Like yesterday, when it happened yesterday. Maybe they're rearranging some stuff. I think some guys still had fights scheduled this week that they announced last matchmaking day. Probably not a big deal though. Any fight's a good fight, right? Theodore reads through the list, naming off 5 pairs of fighters. And the main event of this weekend's card will feature Alex facing off against our champion Bruce.
Oh.
The crowd usually cheers or jeers at the names, but when it comes to me and Bruce, we always get a bit of a mixed response. People still don't know the full deal between us.
It's funny because this implies that everyone else knows who, like, Zander and Bruce are, and he doesn't know anyone else. That's awesome.
Well, it's because they're excited about all the fights because they're fights, but the Zander and Bruce, like, what the fuck is this thing, this dumb thing that keeps happening? Where he just shuts him down, and for some reason that's the only Bruce fights, and it's just like, it's extremely confusing to every onlooker what's happening.
It's awesome.
I mean, we don't either, but they have even less of an idea. Whatever. I meander up on to where Theodore is standing, where I'm supposed to meet Bruce to face off. He hasn't been here the last times they've announced our fight, so it's a surprise to see him make it to the platform before me. The big guy boasts and poses, clearly making fun of the size difference between us. My face gets hot. I wasn't expecting him to be up here. Normally it's only slightly less embarrassing. Bruce forcibly yanks the mic away from Theodore.
I got something to say.
Uh-oh. brain leaking out. Bruce glares at me, then turns to the crowd.
Lots of you guys out here are laughing and making fun of this little buck just because he's small and weak and pathetic. Wonderful. But I bet none of you got the balls to get your ass beat on live television every month. Let's get some cheers going for the biggest little bitch in all of FANG history.
Damn.
This is awesome.
He lets out a vile laugh, the rest of the crowd following suit. If my face was hot before, it's boiling right now.
Oh, look, he's pouting. What's the matter, kid? You still think you can beat me?
Everyone's staring, so I go to say something.
Actually, I'll answer for you.
Bruce presses our heads together. The sheer size of this man sends shivers down my spine. For a second, our heads are touching, just like when he headbutted a concussion into me in our first fight. With a wild grin plastered across his face, he breathes in, and then out, steam flowing from his nostrils.
You're leaving that ring in a fucking body bag, kid. If you show up, you ain't leaving. You got that?
He holds the stare for a second, then turns our heads to the audience.
'Cause I think they all got it. You got that, fellas?
He holds the mic out to the audience, letting the wild cheers amplify through the speakers.
I think there was subtext.
Just like, what is he going for exactly, though?
No, I think Bruce is trying to threaten Zander to, like, back out of the fight and leave like he wanted him to do earlier, right? That's what I got from it.
It's odd because he has so many opportunities just to talk to Zander directly, and just did.
Yeah.
So if he had a plan for Zander, you'd think he would have just said something to him like yesterday. Nah. So I wonder if he's trying to lay the groundwork for the idea, like I wonder if he's trying to make public threats so that the organization has to interfere, and he's trying to, if he thinks that kind of angle would work or something, because he literally tried to help us leave before. I go ahead and take my leave, hoping nobody notices how red my face is. At least it feels red. One of the best things about FANG fights is that I don't have to face the crowd at all once I lose, so this is a lot still. Redline welcomes me back to my seat with a pat on the back. Eventually, Bruce finishes his little show and tosses the mic to the crowd, who returns it to Theodore after many protests. Like a beach ball. Theodore continues down the line for the week after, listing off the fights and having them approach the platform. Then more for the week after that, leading up to the final fight. One of our newest Tier 2 fighters, Redline, will be facing off against a lightweight newcomer.
Huh?
A bunch of people start cheering as Redline sheepishly rises out of his seat. The cheers turn to laughs as Redline poses, clearly trying to show off like Bruce. His opponent is a newcomer, so he isn't down here. That's why Redline doesn't have to go up on stage. Another fight already, huh? Says the guy who gets a fight every 4 weeks. Maybe they're just trying to get me caught up? I thought there was something in my new contract about a quota, but I don't think it'd be this soon. So bringing in some... It's like the... So his dad literally, like, poached a fighter from somewhere to beat up his son.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
He specifically found someone in the world to take him down.
Oh, it's really, really good. Because he can't...
Someone he can't prepare for because he has no idea who it'll be, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But a newcomer, I'm excited. Just excited.
A newcomer at Tier 2? That sounds a little incongruent, but I don't know. Maybe it's possible. With
Unless
the
he's
sword.
just challenging him at Tier 2, and the tiers aren't the same thing as who you fight always, necessarily. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's not the first time we have no idea what the rules are about something. Like, everything about Bruce and Redline supposedly not supposed to be hanging out would be, once again, playing better if we had clearly defined stakes for why they shouldn't do that. Because we don't really know why. We're having to guess still. And then my brain just auto-fills in, like, is it like a toxic thing that's going on, or what? Like, which part? Which is the implication? Well, nervous too, yeah. I'm glad I get to be the one to welcome them. I just hope it doesn't start us off on bad terms or anything, you know? Redline's like, oh, I want to be friends with a new person. I want to be friends with everybody. I have to start by punching them?
That's so fucking funny.
I'm sure he'll be fine once he recovers. Redline puffs out his chest. You mean if he recovers?
I like Redline.
Ow! Every time.
Yeah, this is the way he says hi. There was a dude in high school who, instead of saying hi, would punch you in the arm. That's Bruce. That's Bruce right there. It's a very realistic, it's a believable character trait.
Bruce strolled up behind Red, dropping a fist down between his ears playfully.
Sup, Stripes?
Did you hear? I get to fight a new lightweight.
Yeah, I saw. That makes 2 of us that got to fight a new lightweight. Oh, dude. You did enough, man. You don't need to keep going. When are you going to join the bandwagon, Zander? Yeah.
The Zandwagon. Well, I'd either need to beat you up in a fight, or you need to lose a couple 100 pounds.
Even if I did hit lightweight, I wouldn't be a newcomer.
Oh, true. Can you retire and come back in a year?
Once I lose 150 pounds, yeah. You boys excited for today?
I'm excited for every day I get to spend with my 2 amazing friends whom I am blessed to... Bruce clamps a hand over Redline's muzzle. Back to licking. Yeah. What's today?
My birthday!
Redline sits up in his seat, wriggling around to try and get free. Bruce's face is stone cold as always. I can't tell if he's serious. Is it?
No.
Cool. All right. The hand clamping thing is funny though, because like licking the palm is like the go-to reaction when somebody puts their hand on your face. Like if somebody covers your mouth, like that's like a kid will immediately like, this will make him stop.
Did Bucky not tell you?
Tell us what?
Figures. You boys are training with me today.
What? Why?
Easy. Not just me. A bunch of heavyweights might be helping out with the lightweights. If today goes well, might be a regular thing, too.
Again, why?
Fuck if I know. Ask a coach.
He bunks Redline's head again and makes for the exit.
See you in a bit.
One of these days, I'm gonna climb up and pound his head. See how he likes it. Got a lot of sharp bits up there, Red. I don't know how well that'd work for you. What do you think he means, training with them? Working out together. What else? What did I my brain break a minute there. Yeah. What do you think he means, training with them? Working out together. What else? Yeah, but why? We've been doing all right with just lightweights. Bucky will probably have some fun little reason. It's just gonna backfire on him because I'll get too strong for the old man to handle.
Does Redline is the commissioner trying to get Redline injured during training or something?
I don't know what is happening at this point.
Okay.
Something doesn't sit right with me. Maybe it's just the food. Maybe it's the salad.
It's not.
Maybe the salad dressing went bad. Maybe it's because of all the fixed fights and bodily harm and the fact that I was just threatened out loud that I was going to be murdered in front of a crowd. It's got to be the salad. And they're just gonna let the fight keep going. I'll ask him later then.
Okay.
Wait, I thought you had private classes with Bucky. I mean, I can, but why would I pass up an opportunity to beat Bruce in front of everyone else? You really want to get tangled up, don't you? Hey, come on, what kind of depraved hornball do you think I am? A big one. Excuse me, I am only 5 foot something tall. Why don't you know your height? And I'm interested in seeing what it's like. I was born in the year 19XX. You're like, wait, why didn't you say it like that?
I would love to meet a person who does that, though.
Yeah, like
well, maybe not actually.
Born in the mysterious Mega Man terms. You're like, what? Why is the date censored like a video game? And why do they do that in video games? Like, it makes sense to me vaguely in Mega Man because I'm like, it's ambiguous future year, but like, oftentimes like games just seem to have a concrete timeline, but for some reason the years when they pop up will be XX, and I'm like, why? I don't. Yeah. It's like a placeholder.
And it'll be extremely funny when it's like not even a very distant year. Like 19XX is a very funny one because it's like it could be like a game in the 80s said 19XX.
Yeah. I'm only 5 foot something tall, and I'm interested in seeing what they're gonna help us with. Of course, no other reason. Nope. The terrifying thing about that is that saying 5 foot something, I feel like it intuitively implies he's extremely close to just 5 feet. And
no,
even I didn't think he was that short.
Yeah, I don't know actually what he's going to be. And Zander is shorter than Redline. So he's, right?
Yeah, Xander's 4'6". He's a little hot.
Okay, cool.
And people are just like cool with seeing him just get split in half. Drawn and quartered by one dragon. He just grabs the 4 limbs himself because he's so small. I'm not inclined to believe him, but he's right. It's a weird move, and hopefully Bucky will shine some light on it.
Oh, yeah, you can't figure it out yourself? Gotta ask Bucky. Yeah. Oh no, Australian time. Oh, God.
Yep. You get to be Australian and Russian in the same day.
No.
The two genders.
He said what?
So it's not true? I relayed Bruce's information to Bucky before class, but his reaction has me thinking.
That piece of shit! It was supposed to be a surprise!
Ah? Well, I'm surprised. So they are going to train with us.
Well, not quite. Just Bruce just for today. After putting this little runt through the ringer, I thought it'd be a good idea to help you all learn a thing or two about bigger opponents.
Which you should not be fighting. This is not a shonen.
He ain't gonna be swinging at you, don't worry. This is just grappling practice. You can't get hurt getting grappled.
It's impossible.
Oh, we gotta get you checked for brain damage, Red.
Zoop, he's out. Can't catch him.
Mm-hmm.
They laugh it off as Red trots inside, but I still have more questions.
What's up?
So Bruce is just cool with this?
Yep. He actually came to me with the idea.
So it's not the commissioner.
Yeah.
The commissioner doesn't know, probably.
It does remind me, I wanted to chat with you. Are you okay with this? I know you two got some issues to work through. You know I'm not gonna make you do anything you can't handle, but Bruce seems like he really wants to help, so...
It's okay. I mean, it's fine by me.
As long as you're sure. And obviously you let me know if he tries anything fucked up, alright?
He pats my head. And it's okay to be training me with Bruce? Is that a conflict of interest or something?
Probably. Oh, good! I ran the training changes by the commissioner, and he approved it right away. Said he was excited to see the results. Excited to see me crush the runts? Glad the old man can still get it up.
Oh, okay. Bruce comes up behind us, ruffling my hair. Funny
Now
puppy.
crushing the
Hi, doggy.
Oh, hi, Bruce. Near crushing to die, Bruce. No promises.
I'm just a heartthrob.
No, I mean it. You all got fights coming up. I don't want you breaking any limbs. Yeah, I know. I'll take real good care of him. Yeah, boy. You good to go, Zan?
It still feels weird, but I don't have much of a choice.
Well, I promise you, everything's gonna be okay. I'll be keeping an eye on Bruce.
I know, yeah, everything will be fine. I enter the gym and see Bruce chatting up a pack of the lightweights. Seems a few of them are already friends with him.
Incredible.
I can see Redline in the back corner getting ready, his tail wagging away, but still afraid to approach the crowd of what used to be his friends.
Aw.
It's literally Bruce is more popular with Redline's old friends than he is. It's like, no. Bruce's laughter breaks out over the rest of the conversations bouncing around the room. It's hard to ignore them, and surprisingly, it's hard to hear Redline talk over them. You okay with this? I'll be fine, mostly, probably. Even if Bruce did want to give you one, I don't think Bucky's gonna let you get a concussion in his class. That's not what I'm worried about. Bucky lets out a sharp whistle and claps his hands.
Let's go, boys. Warm-up starts now.
We go through our regular routine, running drills and doing bag work for a good hour or so until we're good and exhausted, as Bucky likes to put it. He also used useless to describe us, but really felt bad about it, so that one's probably staying shelved.
I'm still working out how to be a good coach. It takes decades. I learned to not belittle my students.
Even though they're all very small.
All right, boys, gather round.
We form a sweaty semicircle around Bucky and Bruce.
Love it.
Yeah.
You all know our special guest today. They'd fucking better. Brucey here is gonna be giving you lads a one-on-one wrestling lesson. And if anyone calls me Brucey, you're all getting a one-way ticket to the med bay. Any questions?
He puts his hands on his hips as Bucky pats him on the back.
I wanted you guys to get some practice grappling with someone above your weight. A few folks have gotten some pretty big weight differences in their fights, so I want you all to be prepared. When you gotta fight someone bigger than you, like huge big, what's the first rule when it comes to grappling?
There's silence for a second, then I raise my hand. Don't?
There you go. If you're in a fight and the guy outweighs you by a couple dozen kilos, might be best to stay off the ground. Now, what are you gonna do if he overpowers you and takes you down anyways?
Die?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a vague question. There are a few ways to get out of it, depending on the situation. Like a knife or a gun, testicular torsion.
Yeah. That's what we're here to learn today. Bruce is gonna come at you one at a time, and we'll coach you through it. Who's up first?
A bunch of people start talking, but Redline steps up to the plate first, almost face planting into the dino's chiseled bod.
Brave.
It's just Redline.
Get a boy, Red. You two ready?
I'm trying to tell if he just has a high waistlined set of shorts because he's just cuz, or if he doesn't have a belly button because he's a dinosaur and he was born by an egg.
I don't know. I mean, it probably doesn't have a belly button because the art in this game is really good and well informed and stuff like that. So I would assume, you know.
Yeah. So I think other characters have belly buttons. I think. I'm trying to remember now.
I don't think so.
Xander, take your shirt off. Redland says nothing, immediately going for a single leg takedown. Bruce doesn't budge. He lets out a loud laugh and steps forward, making sure there's enough space to wrestle. Once there, Bruce grabs underneath Red's arms, making it easier to situate his leg on the outside of Redline's. Bruce's foot plants itself behind Red's, and with hardly any effort, the two drop to the mat with Bruce on top. Woof!
Pause.
Bruce freezes in place on top of Redline, his hands pressing the hyena's wrists against his fuzzy belly as Redline thrashes underneath 300 pounds of muscle. After a second, he too calms down.
So, Bruce has Red's wrists and he's got a good mount. What should Red do here?
The rest of the classmates are only
Are
half
you
paying
fucking
attention.
serious?
What?
This sentence, the rest of the class is not paying attention to this?
Some of them
Wow.
talking amongst themselves. Tap out.
Boys, focus.
He's already lost wrist control and he's on his back, so we can at least try to get on his side, out from underneath. Trying.
Not quite. If you get on your side, it's going to be real easy for me to take any position or hold I want, especially since I got your wrists. You want to take your knee and, hey!
Redland was already scrambling to get on his side, and thanks to the amount of sweat on his fur, he slides out before Bruce can get his weight settled on top.
That's great.
The champ still has a hold on Redline's wrists, though, and quickly pulls him close.
You gotta make sure you cover yourself in lard before the fight.
Be a slippery boy, like that fighter in fucking Street Fighter 4. The oil
Well, I call it
baron.
the butterball technique.
No,
Beautiful.
I hate it.
No, you don't, pup.
You need to be a well lubricated fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Holding both their hands against Red's waist, Bruce can, why there? Anyway, Bruce can hold him in place. Oh, there? I guess all of their hands, all four of their hands against Red's waist. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's both their hands, but it's like the both is the two of them and not the hands count, which is four of them. So,
Yeah.
it's a fumbly, my brain. Bruce can hold him in place to his heart's content. If Red wants to move, he has to use his hips, and right now, Bruce has those pinned down. He postures up on one knee, then transitions to full mount, straddling Redline completely.
Pause.
The two freeze in place.
Bruce has secured the mount. What should Red do?
Again, the rest of the men are barely paying attention. A few voices speak up over the rest of the chatter. Tap out. Just kick his ass since you're so strong, right? Hey!
Easy.
He spoke low enough that the rest of the men can't hear. But I can hear, even though I'm with all the men. Bucky lets out a sharp whistle, loud enough to get everyone's attention.
If Red doesn't get out of this hold, you're all doing 50 laps. That's a lot of laps. Jesus.
Yeah.
Give me some answers, boys. Clock's ticking.
It's like they're all weirdos that don't pay attention to class.
It's
At their
really
job.
weird.
Their job class.
Their profession. Yeah, the top tier fighting league. A coaching session from the world champion in the top tier fighting league.
They're all acting like
right.
their current. Yeah, they don't even care about the world champion situation. They're just like, they're acting like the fucking, like, how do I reach these kids?
Yeah.
Like group of like ragtag, like fucking I don't know,
Youths. That, like
troubled youths
Yeah, exactly.
that are gonna get fixed by sports ball.
It worked for Zander.
That got people thinking. They all start shouting answers, enough to drown each other out. Red starts squirming under Bruce. I got it.
You got it? Alright. Unpause. Pause.
Une pause. French. Red tries to maneuver out, twisting his body and legs in precise ways, only for Bruce to defend against him. After a bit of grappling, they're in the same position, but with Redline face down on the mat.
Pause.
The rest of the men are jeering and shouting commands, all mixed in too thoroughly for anyone to properly understand. Bruce is now sitting upright, fully on Red's back, hands on his hips as he looks disapprovingly at the rest of the men.
Anybody who got any actual help, or all you just yelling shit?
Isn't that what they were supposed to do?
Yeah.
This should have been a raise your hand situation, but I mean, this is what they were told to do, was to give answers. I don't think they're supposed to all charge them. Looks like the right position for Red, honestly. Talking about butt sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Bruce will let you go if you suck his dick. Oh, there goes the music.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They're really leaning heavy on this as the main plot now, apparently.
Huh.
That caused a reaction from everyone in the room. Bruce tensed up. Redline froze. The other fighters laughed. Bruce sent out another sharp whistle.
Anyone that laughed gets 50 layups after class. Throw them out now.
Yeah. What is...
Okay.
This is like
After
unacceptable
they
behavior.
finish training with me. Huh?
Just unacceptable behavior. You're literally in class right now.
Mm-hmm.
His glare is enough to pierce the men, with most of their fun sputtering to an uncomfortable stop.
I took his back. What are his options?
They're all quiet.
This is the worst case scenario down here. I could swing at his face, I could choke him out, I could go for an armbar. No rounds to save him. What can he do?
Can he buck you off?
Okay. It's just. Can I suck you off? Is like a really funny one that jumped into my mind there.
And then you feel bad because you're just being the class at Redline.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, why did his brain short circuit?
Okay. One option.
Or slide out from underneath.
If you can lift 300 pounds, that's another option. Any way you look at it, he's probably going to get hit, even trying to get out. He rolls over, and I'll flatten his muscle. Obviously, I'm not going to hit him right now, but this is the real danger he's in. And this is real danger that every single person in this room could be in.
He speaks slowly, loudly, deliberately, not to Redline, but to the rest of the fighters.
When you get a fight and you don't know what's going to happen. Okay, when you get a fight, you don't know what's going to happen. And if you don't prepare for the worst, you could end up in a real bad spot. Quit fucking around and figure something out fast. You aren't always going to be fighting someone your size, not even down here. Red.
He sighs and lifts his head. Yeah?
I took your back.
Yeah.
You've bucked me off before. Why don't you show them how that looks with a bigger guy?
This is really hard language to just accept.
It's great.
Sure. With much less enthusiasm than before, the smaller man starts thrashing from side to side. It's not the most graceful way to shake someone loose, but in the heat of the fight, throwing someone off balance can turn the tides in an instant. Red turtles up, sliding a knee closer to his head. Normally that would require him to lift Bruce with his hips, but the big guy's shifted into a position that makes it a little easier. After a bit of bucking, Bruce falls off, and with Redline postured up on all fours, both fighters pause without Bucky needing to tell them.
And then from here, Redline can take control of the fight. Fighting from the top's tough with a bigger opponent, though, so he'll... Actually, I just wanted to work on defense with these guys today.
Bucky and Redline both stop, looking a bit lost.
Oh. Sure.
Bruce stands up, helping Redline to his feet.
Good work, Red.
Redline doesn't say anything, simply moving to the back of the crowd without making eye contact.
You.
He singles out the person that made the joke about Redline.
Let's go.
You're going to die. The other lightweight tries to laugh it off, but Bruce goes in for the kill almost immediately. His holds and slams are much more aggressive than he was with Redline, even compared to them wrestling on the beach last night. Red? He looks up at me, ears folded down. You okay? Yeah. It looks like Bruce is really giving it to him. Yeah. Red lets out a sigh. I thought this was going to be fun.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
Uh-huh. It's okay, dude. I don't know what else I could do to cheer him up, aside from draping my arms across his shoulders and hugging him against my side.
That's fine.
After a beat, Redline leans his head against mine. Watch Bruce test the other fighters' abilities together. Well, test is the wrong word. He works through a series of holds with each guy. Clearly going just far enough to scare them, all while Bucky coaches them through it. Every man in the gym gets his turn, all except for...
You're up, Zane.
Bruce glares up at me. His chest is glistening, absolutely drenched in sweat, though I'm not sure if that's his sweat or everyone else's.
You've been paying attention? He's exclusively the only person paying attention.
But ironically has been a bit busy with Red.
That's great.
Sure have.
Consider this a taste of what's coming up this weekend then, because we've never fought before.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I'll be a lot less sweaty then.
I guess they've never grappled on the floor before.
Yeah. Usually
Bruce
they don't
Wright-
get that far.
Yeah. Bruce rises to his feet, that full towering height of almost 2 feet over me. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's not okay. That's... what the fuck? I have to crane my neck up to make eye contact.
Odd. Unless you think you can work me this hard.
He's literally... He's a little Mac. Like, what the fuck?
It's awesome.
The rest of our classmates are barely paying attention at this point, but Bruce is still trying to keep up appearances. Until Bucky claps his head and announces loudly.
Yeah. Leaps, start now. Let's move, boys.
The weary men all rise to their feet and start trudging to the door. Bucky's aggressive hand clapping makes them trudge a lot faster.
We'll be keeping count. Get moving. Whoa, wait, Red, come here. You don't have to run it. He was gonna run with them? Wow, that's sad.
He's very obedient.
Yeah, damn.
Redden was about to leave with the group, trying to brush past Bucky unnoticed. I've tried that before, so know how ineffective it is. I know, I was gonna go shower.
Oh, you sure you don't want to stick around? Just gonna be us.
It's fine, thanks.
Hey, bud, let's talk real quick.
Bucky and Redline step out of the gym, closing the door and leaving me alone with Bruce. He sighs and I can see his frame relax. You okay?
No, I almost tore some fuck's head off.
That might actually make some of these classes bearable. Think you could do that?
You want to find out?
His chest postures out, hot breath huffing down from his snout.
We got all the space we need. Whenever you're ready.
Bruce takes his position, ready to wrestle. I have no choice but to mirror him, and the two of us slowly start to circle each other. You have no choice?
Nope.
Oh, right, because it's his turn still. I forgot they
Yeah.
haven't actually wrestled yet. Because the 2 other distractions happened since this wrestle started.
Yeah.
Since his turn started. Whenever I'm ready. When am I supposed to be ready? We've already wrestled a few times before, and nothing seems to work. This is just training. I don't need to win. I just need to think. I need to figure out what my options are. And the longer I wait, the more energy he's going to have. That's my first mistake.
Come on, Zan.
He almost growls the words, breathless, excited. My heart skips a beat, and I snap back to the moment. I could go for his wrist, but there's a chance he can get a hold of mine. Once that happens, I'm fucked. If I shoot for a leg, he's just going to catch me. I do not want to push myself under him. He's tired. I have to take advantage of that. He's going to be slower, and that sweat has left him slick. Maybe I can fake him out and take him to the ground. My hand reaches out, feigning interest in Bruce's arms. Naturally, he tries to deflect and grab at my own, but I pull away before I can get a hold. Another hand reaches to go for his other wrist. While he's busy deflecting that, my first hand reaches forward again. These are all just feints, attempts to make Bruce react. I can try to catch him off guard. The faster I move, the more effort he has to put in. Reach in, grab his wrist, pull away before he can grab mine. Reach in, step to the side, make him think I'm going for a takedown, just to take it back and move to the other side. His breathing has been heavy since we started circling, so I have to move fast. Faster than him, at least. He's giving me a chance. Finally, one of his arms reaches too far forward, giving me space to slip under and get in close without any resistance. My arms reach up around his neck, locking him in place behind him. The champ gives a growl, realizing too late that I'm close enough now. Carrying the momentum, I slip a foot behind his ankle and sweep it out. If Bruce weren't wiped out like he is now, this might not have worked. But after wrestling for over an hour straight, anyone is bound to make mistakes. He wobbles for a second, but with an extra shove he topples to the ground. Heavy bags around the room shudder as Bruce lands on the mat with a heavy thud.
Damn.
I scramble to take advantage before he can react, landing on top of him and crawling to mount his waist.
Attaboy, Zan. Now how you gonna handle this?
His thick arm reaches for my neck, clamping down around it as he pulls my face into his chest. The other scaled arm folds over it, creating a nearly unbreakable lock. There's no force choking me out, just holding me in place. Ugh.
Easy. Watch it breathe.
You immediately went Australian.
It's coaching, so it was like, yes, being coached is bookie time.
This is what coaching sounds like.
Easy. Watch your breathing.
He flexes his arms. I can almost feel a choke start.
Because in a real fight, you won't be breathing much.
I can just hear the cocky grin on his lips. Focus, Zander. My hand finds purchase on his abs. If this were a fight, I could strike here to try and loosen his grip, but not right now. I want to slide my hands under your lock and try to separate it.
Good.
But if I do that, you can get a hold of my arms too.
Also good. For me. You can swing for my body. You can weasel out of my hold if I'm slippery enough.
You are right now, yeah.
That don't mean shit. Hey!
Best to take advantage while he's talking. I press my head against his pec and pull out. Luckily, luckily the sweat was enough to lubricate me free of hold. So many word choices. Before he can get another hold, I scramble up onto his abs and posture up. Ever seen this?
This is... It's funny that we're getting this before getting redline art. Like fan servicey art. This I will take this though.
Extremely
this is
sweaty.
Fantastic. Oh man.
Especially if you know how much furries obsess over pits. Like,
well, great.
Well, choices were made this day.
Good ones.
Before he can get another hold, I scramble up onto his abs and posture up. Good God. It's hard to focus when he looks like this, especially if he's making that face.
Fucking incredible.
It's hard to focus.
So you gotta make sure you don't get a boner while you're fighting your sexy opponent.
When you straddle those slutty hips of the giant man that's 300 pounds heavier than you. Try not to think about it. It's fine.
Oh, God.
When it gives you bedroom eyes, you've got to do a quarter circle punch counter, or he's got 2 meter. You gotta watch out. That's a transformation.
Oh, this is so fucking excellent. I never want to play another video game again. Shit. I'll give you that one. All right, wise guy. What's the plan from up here?
He folds his hands behind his head, showing off his chiseled body. I take a second to breathe. I mean... My fist presses gently against his chin, signifying I'd be able to strike in a real fight. I just knock you out, right?
Sure, if you can. Got a diamond jaw, though. And it doesn't quit.
The only way to knock him out is to go for a kiss. I roll my eyes. Yeah, I know. I've seen your earlier fights. It's a good look for you.
What? You like my old gear?
No, I like you getting beat the fuck up. When he actually
Damn,
fought people
Zander.
that could hit him.
That's
Bruce
great.
lets out a deep laugh, sucking in heavy breaths as he wipes the sweat from his forehead.
Sorry to say it ain't gonna be that easy. But if you're nice, I'll let you get a few swings in before I win.
You're gonna win, even when I got a full mount? And I'm hammering away at your face? Yeah.
Done it before, and he was a lot bigger than you.
But he was probably also concussed.
Who says you won't be?
You did.
Ah, shit, I did?
Yes, you told me weren't gonna try to knock me out. In a flash, Bruce moves, faster than I could have expected, too. In an instant, I'm down, face down on the mat with Bruce's full weight smothering me. With a heavy grunt, that thick arm slides in under my chin, ignoring any resistance I give. The arm bends at the elbow, and his other hand locks the hold
sure
in place.
Does, dude. It sure fucking does, Zander.
His breath creeps down my neck, forcing a shiver down my spine as the heat plays against my nape. This is so horny.
Then how about this? This okay?
He speaks quiet, almost whispering. It's not a growl, but I can tell he's not treating me gently. Fine? Kind of hard to speak when I get blindsided like that. Where'd he get all this energy? Before I can think, he rolls us over. Bruce lays on his back, with me on top. My backside pressed against his body. With a bit of adjusting, we're both sitting up. His snout still presses at my neck.
How about this, San? Don't need to knock your head around to choke you out.
I try to speak, but choke on my words, forcing out a cough instead. Bruce's hold lightens up, even though it wasn't choking me to begin with.
You got any idea how to get out of this one?
Yeah?
Good. Can't have Bucky's star student tapping out too quick.
I feel my heart skip a beat. Fuck, stop. I can't be losing focus right now.
My advice? Break the lock with your arms. It might give me the chance to grab your wrists, but there's really not much worse a position you can be in right now. Subtext. Otherwise, you can try elbowing my ribs. Or just do what I did in our second fight. Step on you.
You want me to carry you around?
It sounds kind of dumb now that I said it out loud.
Now that I said it out loud. Fuck you. Don't take credit for my words.
But go ahead and take your time. I got all day.
This is the ulterior motive behind the entire thing, is just for him to get a chance to actually practice against a larger opponent ever between these fights, which he literally can't do otherwise.
Yeah.
I slowly try to reach through and break the hold. Bruce's voice is tender and kind, but still has that deep growl behind it all, and his body is really warm, especially after all this training. Stop, I can only get so hard. I could probably fall asleep.
Fucking incredible.
Bruce keeps the coaching going. It feels like it's just the two of us here. On the mat, in this room, this whole floor, the whole facility. All that matters to me is learning how to break out of this hold. His arms are steel beams, suspended with just enough force to keep me pressed against his frame. Brute force, no matter how much I can apply. I can't break through these, not when we're like this, and probably not during the actual fight. I need to take advantage of his joints, how they bend, find the weak points and exploit them all until I can make my escape. I'm too fucking tired right now. This might be easier during the real thing.
You got that?
Huh? Oh, yeah. He grumbles for a second.
Let me know if this is too much. We could take a break. Did I say you could take a break?
If I had any energy left, I would have jumped. Luckily, Bruce's hold remains firm and I wouldn't have gone anywhere. He cranes his neck back to see Bucky.
Come on, coach. I've been smearing this guy across the mats for an hour or something. Don't you have some kind of pep talk for him? Redline got a nice long one.
You can't just say that. You can't just say those words in that order.
Oh, please. It was 10 minutes, mix. That's about the length of all of our fights combined.
I guess that's true. Our 3 fights haven't lasted very long.
And the next fight won't be any longer. Zander here is gonna put you out cold. What? Is that true, Zander?
He sounds genuinely offended, shocked even. The chokehold suddenly tightens enough to actually constrict.
After all the bonding we've done, the good times we've shared.
I tap and the hold barely loosens, just enough to breathe, but not enough to move. At least Bucky and Bruce are getting a laugh out of this.
Can you believe this, Coach? I ought to pulverize him for even threatening that. Yeah, save it for this weekend. You boys doing all right?
Bruce stands up, helping me to my feet.
Oh, good here. Yeah.
Yeah, just tired.
Then that means I did a good job. And you both did a good one too. Thanks for helping me today. Anytime. I hope it helped. I'd say so. Gave me a lot of ideas of what to work with. And, sorry about the whole, red line situation. Not your fault. And thanks for seeing what you did. Would have done more, but if I tell you what I was planning, I'd probably get in trouble. Don't get me started on some of these guys. You're fine.
Is Redline okay? Bucky hesitates.
He's better now, yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of changes going on for him, and he doesn't really know how to handle it. Anything we can do?
His voice goes low and he sighs.
He's feeling lonely, I guess. It's what I'm getting. His family, his friends, people in class, I don't know. You saw what happened. And now he's all alone in his new room, right? Just try to be there for him. I'll do what I can.
Same.
Well,
I don't believe
that's
you.
sweet of you too. Just make sure you can focus on your fight this weekend too. Yeah, champ?
I look to Bruce, but he's looking at me expectantly.
What do you say, champ? You ready to knock me out?
That smile's gonna be the death of me. That smile.
Incredible.
That's where things went wrong. That smile. That damn smile. I'll have Redline visit you in the med bay. It felt badass at the time.
What did? I guess we'll find
that
out.
line, I guess?
I guess that was a good line, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have Redline visit you in the med bay. I guess.
Yeah.
No, it was great. Well, I love that you're making Redline do your dirty work. You'll be too busy doing champ stuff.
I was exhausted. I'll at least send him a get well soon card or something.
You should send him 10 once you get your prize money from kicking his ass, of course.
Do you know how quickly that hits my account?
Well, we can ask Bruce once he wakes up.
Bucky tussles my hair and laughs off as we wait for the elevator to take me down to the arena. The last week has been filled with more intense training for this fight. Just try to be there for him, and then time skip to the fight. Like
It's awesome. It's remarkable.
No scene about Redline at all since then.
It's great.
Thanks for letting Bruce train with us.
What? Yeah, that was like a week ago, but sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feeling more confident? Yeah, look it.
Well, less scared to get taken down, that's for sure. At least scared of getting my face smashed in, and less scared of getting my face smashed in.
Right, because you're gonna smash his in.
And smash or pass.
Hmm?
Obviously. Red seemed to be enjoying class too.
A week ago.
Well, he wasn't enjoying it then.
Need I remind everybody, that was a while ago.
They have class every day, I think.
Is Bruce there every day?
No, but he didn't enjoy that day.
I'm sure he did.
That was a bad day.
He always, yeah. Wait. Oh. Yeah, that's actually a super awkward thing for Zander to say, isn't it?
Well, I assume he's talking about he's enjoyed class lately or something. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, the time skips are always really hard to manage because we just suddenly jump forward, but some of the conversations continue like no time has passed while it seems like an excuse not to engage with certain things because no, time skip. Whoa, we don't have to deal with that. Yeah. It's implied. And it's hard to tell which one's which.
Yeah. Hey, he always enjoys class. Well, usually always. He likes wrestling around with Bruce, that's for sure. Maybe you and him can trade places and he can have a chance to slam Bruce around the arena.
Don't let him think that's an option. He'll be hounding me for it all day.
Oh, he's got that fight in 2 weeks anyways. He needs to be focusing on that.
The elevator dings and the door opens.
All set? Need me to come down with you?
I don't think you're allowed to.
Laying by the rails. That's the Zander I know. Give him hell for me, all right?
I'll do my best. Thanks, Bucky.
See you soon.
If you're conscious. The floor in the elevator is always more chilly than the floor in the hallway. Even the arena's floor is a little less jarring. Stop reminding me that you're barefoot all the time. Well, I don't have to be barefoot forever. It's a short trip down, shorter than normal. I feel less nervous than normal, too. Almost excited? The complete opposite from last night. The last fight. My last fight went so angry. I don't like getting that angry. I almost cussed Bruce out afterward, too. I should probably apologize for that. Maybe I should have taken him up on his offer to leave. It'd be easier, that's for sure. But now it feels like I'd have too much that I'd leave behind. Bucky? Drayden? Bruce? Redline? I at least would want a proper send-off. The elevator reaches its destination, and I step out into the light. The glorious stage lights illuminating my path to the center of the arena. I'm not afraid of Bruce anymore. He'll probably try to play it up for the crowd. Should I be matching his energy? After how much he's opened up this past month, I think it's only fair. It takes a lot of trust to open up to someone like that. I have to remember to thank him for that too. I owe a lot to these people. To Bucky, to Drayden, to Bruce, to Redline, in the same order again. So we just listed.
It's interesting.
1 minute ago. The more you repeat the list in its entirety, the more you're highlighting how small this world feels and how small his life feels. Yeah. I also don't feel like Bruce opened up all that much in a way that would require trust at any point in the narrative so far, really. He's just been like slightly nicer to you and let you into
took him up to his
apartment
room
and stuff. Yeah. Where other people we already know have already been to. So it's like, they didn't have that.
And Bruce has only ever been nice to Zander in the context of he's already hanging out with Redline.
Yeah.
So it seems a little incidental. Yeah.
I don't really remember them having that much of like a heart to heart about much of anything. Like it's not like it's the equivalent of like Redline and Zander talking about their abusive dads or anything. It's like,
yeah.
So yeah, check out my branded drinks and all my fan mail. This is what my apartment looks like. It's big, right?
Basically, yep.
I won't let them down. Before I know it, I've moved inside the ring, hands on my hips as I wait for Bruce. The opposing elevator doors open, and Bruce comes sprinting out. He moves way too fucking fast for a 300-pound man. Bruce reaches the ring in only a few seconds, and the bell rings as soon as his foot crosses the line.
Jesus, the way these matches start is insane.
Hey. Yeah, it's like apparently the match counts to start the moment he enters the room. He just fucking takes him out. The beast's arm whips out, swinging a wide lariat down for my neck. I barely managed to duck out of the way, and as I stagger back towards his side of the ring, his momentum carries him to mine. Bruce's claws drag into the cement as he slows before turning to face me. The slow, ominous turn only gives him more time to prepare. I'm shaking, but I don't think this is out of fear. I'm excited. I'm ready. He tilts his head to either side, forcing a loud pop from his joints, and opens his eyes. The two of us start to pace around the ring, circling each other slowly.
Pretty fucking rude of you to avoid that, Runt. Was just trying to give the scrappy little bitch a hug.
Gonna need to get closer if you want one.
How about you come over here then? I give real good hugs. Honest.
There's that grin again, dumbass.
That damn grin. Come on, Zan. I don't bite.
Your teeth say otherwise. Bruce starts to move in close. My back foot is already against the ring, so I have to circle around him if I want to get out.
Just one hug, and it'll all be over. Quick. Painless.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's so scary sounding.
Yeah, but
Jesus.
Also, how is it going to be painless?
Quick too is a very terrifying way to put it.
He waits a beat before diving in, aiming blows for my head. I don't think you can kill somebody painlessly with a hug.
Well, you can do it quickly.
Yeah. They're slower, more predictable, just barely enough for me to notice. These aren't the punches I've had to dodge the last few fights. And with his body up close, it's hard to miss any shots. I fire away, keeping my guard tucked in close. A jab, then a straight, and a hook as I pivot to turn away from the edge of the ring. Bruce is quick to follow, turning on his toes with a hook of his own to my head. I get in close to land a few more shots in the body, then I slip into a clinch. Or the closest thing I can get to a clinch, given our height difference. Bruce easily shoves me off, aiming a parting shot to the chin. It glances off, grazing against my jawbone. But he's still holding back. I can feel it as he pulls the hand away. I force a punch out to his body, thumping hard into his chest.
Come here, you little shit.
He clutches onto my waist before I can pull back. I can't get away, but I can still fight back. He tries to pull me into him, but I stand my ground, using whatever strength I can to manage to yank my arm back. Bruce leans forward just enough, and with that split second of advantage, I swing. Ah! My fist rockets across Bruce's jaw, forcing the man to lose his balance for a step. I put my entire weight into that punch, and by the look of his face, he felt every ounce. Hopefully the whole fucking facility felt it. Bruce has let go of my wrist, immediately guarding up to protect his face. I can't lose this advantage, it's all I have. Another two-piece combo to the body, with the hook glancing off his ribs. My guard flinches for just a moment, leaving barely enough of an opening. I lunge for one of his hands, trying to cover up, using it to keep my balance as my free hand crashes dangerously into the bottom of his jaw. The bigger man puts out one hand to shove me away and backs away at the same time. With some breathing room between us, he lowers his guard, and I can see a trail of blood dripping down his lower lip.
Little fucker. I knew you were holding out on me.
He steps closer, guard still ready.
Come on, give me some more. You want to stand and bang, bud? Incredible.
I don't think you want that.
I think you should man the fuck up.
He drops his guard, stepping closer and gesturing to his chest.
1 for 1. Let's go, bud.
So I hit him and he hits me back. I'm not about to risk taking turns trading punches from Bruce, but if he's staying wide open, I might as well use this, right? With only a second of hesitation, I swing a punch to his side, forcing a wheeze through his teeth. Bruce swings the same for me, but I step back, then leap right back in for a straight to his solar plexus.
Yeah.
Bruce aims a straight to my body as well, but with a step to the side, it hits the air. I know he's still holding him back, but there's something cathartic about making him nervous. With that split second of open guard, I turn on my foot and plow an overhand into the center of Bruce's face. Bruce's snout nearly flattens, almost folding around my glove.
Damn.
For an instant, my fist hangs there, planting itself firmly in Bruce's face, leaving its mark where it belongs. I don't care if he's holding back. I'm not giving him any less than everything I have. I can apologize later. Time resumes, and I follow through, letting the punch recover safely as Bruce recoils. My guard is back, and I'm ready for anything. Bruce, on the other hand, has dropped his guard completely. He lunges for me, ignoring my attempts at retaliation and latching onto my wrists. In an instant, I'm slammed into his chest.
Ah, there we go. You got stronger, kid.
I try to pull away, but Bruce's arms are locked in place. I must have caught him off guard last time, but he refuses to budge now. There's a few seconds where he just watches me struggle, a big, deadly grin plastered across his face. Blood trails down on one of his nostrils onto his thick, heaving chest. I feel like prey, like he's been lying in wait for weeks until I fell into his trap. And now he gets his meal. One last attempt to break free before he sweeps my legs. My weight gives way, and the two of us collapse.
How about that? Still a little light on your feet, eh, Zan?
I heard that growl before, earlier this week when we were wrestling. He's tired. Well, maybe not tired, but more focused now, in the zone, I guess. Not sure why I feel so scared. I've dealt with him like this before, except this time I've landed enough shots on him to make him bleed. I should feel good about that. He's probably pissed. Fuck, he feels so much heavier now. Any movement immediately gets forced down. He takes a moment to catch his breath, that wide body completely engulfing mine. I have to at least fight back. This is what we've been practicing all week. Plant my right foot, then my left, take slow breaths and push.
Not a chance, runt.
I feel his leg hook under mine, and with a single motion he flips me onto my front. I scramble to turn back over, but 300 pounds of pure muscle holds me down. Bruce takes the mount, pinning both my wrists to the cement. Don't panic. Stay in control. Plant your feet. Bruce locks my legs in place, spreading them open to prevent me from getting any leverage. Don't panic. Stay in control. Slip your arm free and keep him from getting in the choke. Bruce slams down, splaying me out completely as his hands get a death grip on my wrists. Don't panic. Stay in control. Just, fuck. I can feel his snout peer over my head, just close enough to feel his breath in my ear.
You remember this?
Yeah?
Yeah? You remember how to get out?
It's coming back to me. Bruce speaks under his breath, still growling, still panting, still ravenous.
Nice. Let's speed up the process, yeah?
It's too hot. Too hard to breathe. But I need to focus on getting out before... Fuck. Yo.
Hell yeah.
Being
That's
destroyed.
what I'm fucking talking about.
Suspicious bulge found.
Mm-hmm. Anxiety cured. I'm a fucking prophet, man.
Today exclusively got so horny as if to call us out for being like, I don't think this game will ever have a sex scene in it.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's like this is the fighting equivalent of a sex scene at this point.
Oh, my God. Thank you, universe. You did it again.
Amusingly, perspective's hard, obviously, but I'm pretty sure that this scene essentially establishes Zan as being larger than Bruce.
It looks
Like,
well, I mean, this is obviously an intensely difficult thing to draw.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
It reads very weirdly.
Yeah, their scale is very strange, and it looks like Bruce is way smaller than Zander.
Yeah.
Ah, water. God damn.
Well, you've only been talking for like 8 hours straight at this point.
Yeah, no. Iron Man, let's go. Everything happened so fast. Faster than it did in class. Bruce is less tired and probably more fired up after all the blows I landed. Oops.
There we go.
Bruce has me tangled up in his arms, seated upright against his chest. I try to position a leg in hopes of escaping.
Almost, Zan.
The thick python surrounding my neck constrict right away, cutting off my circulation.
I love this. Oh, I love this old everything.
The transition caught me off guard, so my chin wasn't tucked. I only have a few seconds to get out.
Come on, Zan. What are your options?
He whispered through gritted teeth, probably so no one can see his lips move. Struggling could make it worse, so I have to be careful. I send an elbow back to his side. Then a second, then a third. Bruce takes him with a grunt, but his body refuses to move.
Easy now. You don't want to make it worse.
My legs are pinned. I lean forward to try and get him off balance, but he's impossible. I reach up to clutch his arm. It's too thick to completely get a grip on.
Tapping already? I wanted to go all the way.
You can't just say that.
Tapping already? I wanted to go all the way.
What are you choking on my python?
I don't fucking know how to. I don't know how to say that sentence without emphasizing the wrong words because it's such a damn funny double entendre. It's getting hard.
It's getting hard to see straight because of how gay I am and how hard I am. My vision shudders for a second, reminding me of the time limit I'm on. I have to keep going. My other hand reaches up behind me, fishing around for the wrist that's locked behind my head. Then, with my first hand, I huff.
It's okay. Tap out.
He's really strong. Right. The escape. Grab his wrist. Got it. I think then I can just need to get my hands under his. The pressure is building up. The lights are too bright, but they're dimming fast. Yeah, that didn't work.
Nope.
I went about it as you'd expect. Feels like my head is gonna pop. My neck hurts.
My neck hurts.
I rub my neck. And where's Bruce's arm? He was just here. I still have to get out of the hold. One hand on his wrist, the other gets under. Huh. Right. I must have run out of time.
Yep.
He actually woke up here. I thought he'd wake up with a med bay.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna pivot to him like kicking Drayden in the face or something like that.
Yeah. KO.
Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty.
I try to find the source of the voice. Fuck, my head is pounding. Bruce is behind me? Bruce is pounding me from behind? I'm laying on his chest. I think it's much nicer than the concrete. I went out.
Like a light.
How long was I?
About 5 seconds. You all good now?
The room was spinning when I opened my eyes, but after a few seconds here, everything's back to normal, save for my headache. I think so. Kind of want to fall asleep. I wonder if Drayden has aspirin.
Bad. Damn shame you had to drop so quick. Fun was just getting started. Bruce starts smoking.
Got me all riled up for that. Yeah, sorry. I roll off him, landing on all fours against the concrete. You look good with a broken snout. What a weird thing.
Fucking incredible.
Bruce sits up, getting back to his standing position in a matter of seconds.
Bruce stands up.
Uh-huh.
Should have said that. Bet you would. Bet you would too.
What weird foreplay. Without warning, I'm lifted up, Bruce's massive hand gripping the backside of my neck. Ah.
Sorry.
He whispers that last word before releasing the grip, dropping me onto my feet. After a stumble or two, I'm also back to standing. Bruce is already walking towards the elevator door, holding a fist in the air. I imagine the crowd is going wild, probably. Yeah, if there was a crowd in this league to go wild. Like, I don't think there even is an off-site crowd. I think it's literally just, hey, you guys enjoying your YouTube stream at home?
It is like just a stream, right? Like, it's very odd.
Which is weird, yeah, like not having a live crowd of anything. Like they don't hear anyone, so there must not be anyone here.
Is the crowd like they would all go to a movie theater and like watch it? Like,
I don't know. Do they have a fake like sound library crowd? I imagine the crowd's going wild. Both of our doors start to open. Bruce gets in his and turns around to face the arena, and immediately scowls. Did I do something? What made him so angry? I take a step back, then turn to my elevator door. Oh, yeah, that would be it.
What the hell? Hi.
The commissioner is standing inside, glaring at Bruce.
I see.
His eyes shift to me, and he steps to the side, making way for me to enter. I don't dare make any motion to Bruce or the cameras. I imagine the broadcast is already cut away, so it's likely that no one but us is seeing the commissioner now. Still, I take a shaky step inside and turn around to face the arena, to face Bruce. He looks mad. The doors close. It's just me and the commissioner. Huh. Well, I guess maybe we'll spend next episode seeing where this fucking goes.
Huh.
Hi, Commissioner. What the fuck is your deal?
I've been meaning to talk to you.
Everything is your fault all the time? Can you fucking chill?
Oh, man.
I still feel like the game fumbled the idea of having, like, because they tried to shroud the commissioner in shadow and whatnot. So it's weird that he doesn't have a reveal from the shadows at some point as a face reveal. It's so, like, whatever when his face is revealed that you forget that they ever hit it.
Yeah,
like he's supposed to be a mysterious figure. But yeah, this guy's an asshole.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe he's a nice guy when you get to know him after, you know.
Yeah,
so this is all a huge misunderstanding. See you guys next time.